Hey guys, it is Friday and I'm so excited because that means I get to see all of your faces on Monday. So we are so close to school starting and I'm super excited. So I wanted to end our video series on just a few of these short tales out of this awesome book that I have in my library. It's out of the nonfiction section. And I'm sorry if my voice is a little bit raspy. That kind of just developed last night. But this is The Tales of Famous Animals by Peter and Connie Roop. Now, this book is in the nonfiction section of my library because they are true tales based on animals that we've heard of through history. So this book is full of lots and lots of stories. We have Smokey the Bear. It's the real story behind the bear. I believe there is the story behind Dumbo. There is Coco's kitten, so that's Coco, the monkey that befriended the kitten. So there's lots of different animals in here. There's even tales about the White House and how it had one of their famous presidents had tons of animals in it. So this is a really interesting book, and I'm only going to read one of the stories out of here, but it's packed full of a whole bunch of really cool things. But I'm going to start out with our story from Jumbo. Now, Jumbo is the story, and it comes out of London, England. Okay, this is the story behind the circus, the circus elephant. So, have you ever eaten a jumbo shrimp, or had a jumbo-sized drink, or flown in a jumbo jet? How did Jumbo, the world's most famous elephant, give his name to gigantic things? So there he is, Jumbo, in that circus. It's going to be the story behind him. Jumbo's tale begins in East Africa, where he was born in 1860. Jumbo was only a year old when he was captured and sent away to faraway Europe. He was not expected. Young Jumbo was a tiny elephant, and he was not expected to survive his months-long journey to Europe. Jumbo, however, did survive. He walked hundreds of miles alongside dozens of other captured animals: ostriches, camels, antelopes, and giraffes. Jumbo rode on ships north along the coast of eastern Africa and west across the Mediterranean Sea to Europe. Europeans were familiar with elephants from Asia, but an African elephant with its huge ears was a marvel. When Jumbo stepped ashore in Italy in 1862, he was the first African elephant in Europe in 2,000 years. Jumbo went to a zoo in Paris, France. Jumbo stood only 4 feet tall. Zoo visitors were not impressed. When the Paris Zoo bought 2 other African elephants, French officials sold Jumbo to the London Zoo. Matthew Scott, a skilled animal caretaker at the London Zoo, became Jumbo's zookeeper and much-needed friend. The two met when Jumbo was 5 years old, weighed 400 pounds, and measured 5 feet tall. Not much of a jumbo-sized elephant, especially for an African elephant, which can grow up to 13 feet tall at his shoulders and weigh 14,000 pounds. Jumbo had been mistreated in the Paris Zoo. He had been kept in a small space. His feet were rotting. His hide was dotted with sores. His tail was falling off. His eyes were infected and he was almost blind. Scott was determined to save Jumbo's life. He wrote, I undertook to be his doctor, his nurse, his general servant. I watched him night and day with all the care and affection of a mother. Scott fed Jumbo a special diet of straw, hay, boiled rice, bread, and biscuits. Slowly, Jumbo's health returned, and he grew and grew. Scott treated Jumbo with medicine, respect, and love. He had a few human companions. Instead, he gave his heart to the animals that he cared for. Abraham Bartlett, a superintendent of the London Zoo, bought a female African elephant named Alice to keep Jumbo company. Jumbo and Alice became friends. Scott often took Jumbo down to the river to bathe. Crowds gathered to watch Jumbo play in the river and spray them with water. Scott led Jumbo around the paths of the zoo. Excited visitors fed Jumbo treats. When the zoo's band played, Jumbo trumpeted along with the music. Sometimes Jumbo stole Scott's hat. Scott demanded his hat back, and as crowds laughed, Jumbo gently put Scott's hat back on his head. Jumbo gave rides to children for a penny. Gigantic Jumbo was also called the children's friend. Crowds grew at the zoo. By 1880, Jumbo stood 11.5 feet tall and weighed 14,000 pounds. Jumbo had a jumbo-sized problem. He did not like being kept inside it at night. During the day, Jumbo was a gentle giant, but at night he could be a terror. He often attacked his building at night. He broke windows, he smashed doors. The superintendent Bartlett could not risk having Jumbo hurt someone, especially a child. The solution to Bartlett's problem arrived from the United States. Bartlett received a telegram from circus owners P.T. Barnum, James A. Bailey, and James L. Hutchinson, who ran the greatest show on earth. Telegram asked, "What is the lowest price you can take for a large male African elephant?" Bartlett replied, "We will sell him for 2,000 pounds, which is $10,000. British public was angry about Jumbo's sale. Parents complained, children cried. Queen Victoria was said to have sent a telegram urging Jumbo's sale to be stopped. A Jumbo defense fund was started, but a judge said Jumbo would have to go to the United States. Record numbers of visitors came to the zoo to see their beloved Jumbo before he was shipped across the Atlantic. In March 1882, Jumbo entered the strong crate made to carry him across the United States. After 16 years as a London Zoo star, Jumbo began another long journey. His friend Matthew Scott traveled with him to New York City. More than 10,000 people came to Madison Square Garden to see Jumbo's first performance. During his circus performance, he delighted the crowd by trumpeting with the show's band. Jumbo seemed to like the circus. His behavior improved. He didn't struggle to break free at night. Jumbo carried children on his back. Adoring crowds cheered and fed Jumbo oranges and buns. After a month, the circus traveled by railroad to Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Cincinnati, St. Louis, and Chicago. Jumbo became a household word. People said Jumbo pipes, people sold Jumbo pipes, Jumbo steam whistles, Jumbo statues made of glass, china, and rubber. In 1883, Jumbo again thrilled crowds in New York and other cities. Barnum built the world's largest tent and filled it every night with 20,000 circus fans. Millions of Americans enjoyed Jumbo's performances. Sadly, a train engine accidentally hit Jumbo on September 15, 1885 in St. Thomas, Canada. Jumbo died with his human best friend beside him. In 1985, a life-size statue of Jumbo was erected near where he died. The next time you say or hear the word Jumbo, remember the African elephant that made such a jumbo-sized impact on so many lives. So here are the pictures that I was just reading. So if you've ever used the word jumbo before in your vocabulary, I think it's really interesting that that word came from the elephant's name Jumbo in this story. Now, there are lots of other stories in here as well that you're definitely going to want to check out. This is one of my favorite books that I've discovered in the last few years. Here is a really good one on Smokey the Bear. Okay, and kind of how he became the mascot of what it is today, where it says only you can prevent forest fires. There's just lots and lots of stories like that. So I think it's a really interesting book. Again, this one's going to be in my library, and since it is a nonfiction book, it will be in that section. Okay, guys, well, I can't wait to see y'all on Monday, and I'm super excited to start this year off. Bye, guys.